Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity.
The suspense is killing me. Oh, wow. Thank you for being the most loving, supportive father a girl could ask for all the classic dad jokes. I can't believe it's my wedding day. I'm glad to have you by my side today and always. Love your little girl, Shelby.
So just 4 days short of 9 years ago, Shelby Nicole met a young man named Thomas Anthony, and they sat down at the same table together. What do they remember about that first interaction? Not a ton, actually. So one day, when it was, I think the weather was poor, Anthony decided he was gonna go fishing. That's exactly right, in a mediocre fishing spot near where Shelby happened to be. He calls her up after catching no fish after fishing and says, hey, it's not going too well fishing. Can I come over and hang out? That is where this all began. Nine years is a long time. There's a lot of people out there who have been waiting for this. Anthony said she's always there. She's always wanting to serve him and to do whatever she can to help him, and not just him, but others. Right after they started dating, this young man became a part of the church and made faith in her life an important part of his. Anthony, sir, you may now kiss your bride. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Anthony.
Say that you need to surround people that you want to become, and I don't know why Anthony chose me, but I look at him and he's someone that I aspire to be. As best man, it's tradition that I'm supposed to give you a bit of advice, but You know, I feel like I know you two pretty well, and the only thing I can tell you is hold on tight. It's a hell of a ride. You two are going to be amazing things.
I'm sure at times we talked about what our dream wedding would be like, what food we would serve, what color our bridesmaids' dresses would be. And even though we were young, I'm sure we had a vision. It was a blurred image, but at the end of the day, I think we more so imagined how happy we would be. Now fast forward to today, and here we are. There he is. We all hope and pray that we will experience happiness we never knew was possible and a love like no other. And you two have found that in each other.
The story that David told during the ceremony was the story I chose to talk about these two. So now this is the daddy version of the story, okay? Shelby came to me and said, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." You know, back then she had those silver braces smile going and those pigtails that look a daddy can't refuse. She said, "There's this boy." I said, "What boy?" She said, "He's a friend of mine from school. He came down here to go fishing on the pier, but they won't let him go fishing because he's not old enough. Can he come over? Can he come over?" And Anthony and Shelby sat in the living room, just chatting away, chatting and chatting. And then I got this great idea. Like, he came down here to go fishing. They won't let him on the pier. I'm gonna go look on the back of his truck, see if he has any fishing gear. And I checked the bed of his truck. Sure enough, there's fishing gear and other stuff back there. So I headed back up to the room, and they're still chatting. Crystal and I were starting to wonder if he was ever going to leave. If I remember correctly, I think we had to ask him to leave because it was getting late and he had to drive back to Pearland. Now, as I've gotten to know the boy, he always has fishing gear on the back of his truck. My conclusion is this. Both Shelby and Anthony were fishing that evening, and I would have to say they both caught the catch of a lifetime.